Hello, this is Roger Shouse, and this is Jumpstart Rewind. This is part of our Heaven Bound podcast family. Psalms 104, verse 14. He causes the grass to grow for the cattle and vegetation for the labor of man. Psalms 104 is one of the most beautiful pictures of the love and care of God for his creation. Expressions such as, he makes the clouds his chariot. He walks upon the wings of the air, in verse 3. He makes the wind his messengers, verse 4. From the sea to the mountains to the animals, God's amazing hand is seen in all that he has done. This leads the psalmist to sing to the Lord as long as I live, verse 33 says. It is in our verse today that we see the connections of creation and the abundant and continual care of the Lord. The grass feeds the cattle. Man eats the cattle. Everything has a purpose. Everything is connected to each other. What we also see in this wonderful picture is that God didn't finish his creation like an artist does a painting. Hours and hours are spent by the artist in front of the canvas. Finally, the painting is done. The artist sets the painting aside. He may hang it up in a studio. He may frame it and sell it. If he is recognized nationally, it may hang in a gallery. But the painting is done, and the artist moves on to the next project. God's not like that. He is never done with his creation. The growing grass year after year is for the benefit of the rest of his creation. God causes the creeks, the rivers, and the springs to produce water that nourishes the rest of his creation. God is involved constantly with the care of his creation. Now, there's some lessons for us. First, what we commonly call seasons is actually the hand and the purpose of God. We complain about the rainy days and snowy nights, but those are the means to water the creation of God. In those cold winter days, it is hard to imagine the growing grass of the coming spring. All the necessary things for that to happen are already in motion. We may not fully understand it, but God does. When Jesus told the disciples to pray, "Give us this day our daily bread," long before that happened, there was wheat that was planted. The wheat grew. The rains nourished that wheat. It developed until harvest when the farmers worked the fields. The grain was taken to a mill. It was sacked up and sold. Someone purchased it and made it along with other ingredients into bread. We thank the Lord today for the food that the Lord was preparing months and months ago. We see that with bread. What about that principle spiritually? On a given Sunday, your preacher has spent hours writing, researching, and developing that sermon. We sing hymns that were written hundreds of years before. As we gather to worship, so many things have already happened to make it just the way it is for us. Secondly, not only looking backward, but we can see this looking forward. God is waiting to join us in heaven. The Lord is coming. Things will fall into place that we may never understand today, but someday we'll see it. The words of encouragement that you share today may be something that brings a broken soul to the Lord in coming months. Like planting a small tree, we may never enjoy the shade of that tree, but others will benefit from it. Thirdly, as God cares for his creation, so must we. Baptism, placing membership, is not the end of what we do with each other. It's just the beginning. Developing hearts, supporting one another, loving each other. God didn't just wind up a clock and walk away. He causes the grass to grow, our verse tells us. In Matthew, God sends the sun and the rain upon the world. God is actively involved with his work. He never puts the paintbrush down. He never walks away thinking it is completed. At the same, we must be true of us. Never finished, never completed, never satisfied. We must labor until the Lord calls us home. I planted some grass on some bare spots in my yard the other day. I see tender grass blades now growing. A new season is coming, a new time of growth, all to the hands of God. Thank you so much for listening.